Hey guys, what is going on? Is Justin from Vonix Entertainment, and welcome to this week's Zero Location video in Destiny 1. People keep jumping through me, apparently. But Zero this week is over in the tower, and he is on the side of the Vanguard by the abandoned quest terminal. So if you just come down to the middle of the tower, he's over on the right-hand side. Zero this week is selling for his Legacy Engram a special weapon engram, which means that you can get special weapons from year 1 or 2 and then get the year 3 version of them. Remember, you can also get Icebreaker from this. However, I'm not entirely sure if you can get the year 3 version of Icebreaker by doing this method. You can get the year 1 or 2, you can get the year 1 version of Icebreaker from this, which is still a fantastic gun. So this week is selling for the Titan class, the Evrio Bellicose helmet. Basically what this does is while aiming down your sights whenever you're in the air, it'll hold you still in place for a little bit of time, and whenever you have full super, if you grab any orbs off the ground, it will recharge your melee. Now I do want to point out a couple bad flaws with this helmet. One is it is absolutely terrible to use in Crucible because you're just floating in the air with no cover, and so you're not moving, you're just stationary in the air. It's not really good to have in Crucible. In PvE, it's alright to have, but again, you don't have the cover. It's alright if you're going to be going up against things that are trying to melee you, like Thrall, but besides that, I don't really recommend this for any of the real practical reasons. And the second part of the perk is with full super, orbs will regenerate melee energy. This means that you're going to be picking up orbs after your super is full, and it's going to go towards your melee energy. Also, flaw with this is that if your melee energy is full and your super is full, you will still pick up orbs of light off the ground. It will just not do anything for you. So I highly recommend not using this helmet. I don't recommend having this helmet, using it in any way. But if you still want to use it, you are more than welcome to get it. It is 13 strange coins. For the Hunter class, he's on the Lucky Raspberry chest piece. Now the Lucky Raspberry did give me a lot of trouble in year 1. I never found it in year 1, but I was able to pull it in year 2. It was the only Hunter exotic that eluded me in year 1. But this is a really good chest piece for the Hunters if you use Arc Bolt grenades. So the Arc Bolt grenades are only available to the Blade Dancer Hunters, and the Arc Bolt grenades will chain further. Instead of chaining to only 3 enemies, it will then chain to 5, and you will always respawn with full grenade energy. So this is very useful in the Crucible, to where you're able to potentially hit all people on a single team with a single Arc Bolt grenade, as well as also every single time you respawn, you're going to have full grenade energy. For the Warlock class, he's selling Alchemist Raiment. Now, if you are hurting on Glimmer, I highly recommend that you get this. If you have a Warlock, get this if you do not have max Glimmer and things that can get you Glimmer in the vault. The reason why is because you have a chance to gain Glimmer on primary ammo pickup. So whenever you go over primary ammo, which spawns almost everywhere, you're going to have a chance to get some Glimmer. It's only going to be a few Glimmer. It's going to be, I think, about 10 or so. But still, there's so much primary ammo that you're constantly going through and picking up that having that chance to get Glimmer from it is just going to give you a ton of Glimmer really quickly. Also, whenever your super is full, orbs will recharge your grenade and melee ability. Again, it's the same thing as the Titan helmet. If your super is full and your grenade and melee are still full, the orbs of light will still be picked up. So I do not recommend this in any way that you need to have orbs of light. So if you're doing a raid, I do not recommend having this on. If you're doing something that you need to have orbs of light to where you can pick up and get your super back quickly, I don't recommend using this. But if you are needing the Glimmer, I highly recommend getting it. For Zer's weapon of the week this week, he's selling the Patience in Time. Now the Patience in Time is a sniper rifle that it has third eye, so whenever you're aiming down the weapon sight, the radar is going to remain up there in the top left corner. Custom Optics, Predicted Stock, and Field Scout. I personally like Custom Optics on this one. It's going to have lower zoom, but your entire screen is going to be filled up. It's not just going to be a circle. And then the Patience and Time perk. It's whenever you aim down the sights for about 3 to 5 seconds, you're going to gain active camouflage. And that camouflage will then go away in about 5 to 7 seconds. And then while still aiming down the sights, again another 3 to 5 seconds, you're going to get it again, and it's just going to continually do that. In Crucible, true, the Guardians will not be able to see your body whenever aiming down the sights and you're invisible, but they will still see that red dot that a sniper gives off. However, in PvE, if you are having trouble running through the beginning section of the Crota raid and you are not a hunter, I highly recommend getting the Patience and Time, because you can actually run through that entire first part of the raid if you are able to not get one shot by the enemies. You can run through that entire first part of the raid with just having the Patience and Time and aiming down the sights the entire way through, as long as you also know what your path is. The other thing about Patience and Time is that if you are a hunter and you use the Blade Dancer tree, where you're going and you are able to put on the tree, I believe it's in the last column, where you can have your invisibility effects last longer, it also applies to the Patience and Time. And there's 2 weapon bundles of the week this week are the Monte Carlo and the Royal Flush, and the Trespasser and Crucible Assassin. Now the Crucible Assassin one is alright. It looks more silver than anything else. And the Monte Carlo and Royal Flush, I personally like it. It's black and gold. Looks really nice and clean. And then there's 2 vehicle upgrades this week are the Plasma Drive and the Emerald Coil. Now the Plasma Drive gives your Sparrow a blue trail, and the Emerald Coil gives your Sparrow a green trail. And remember, you can use these upgrades to upgrade a blue Sparrow into a legendary Sparrow and give it a little more speed and that trail of whichever one you gave it to. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below and comment on what you would like to see Xur sell next week. If you're looking for the Destiny 2 Xur location video, there's a link down in the description below on where you can go to view that. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.